Welcome back to Bostin British Fittle, where Maggie and I aim to bring you as many varieties of different British foods as we possibly can. Today we're doing the most traditional recipe ever had at Lent, but with an English twist. We are doing English pancakes with lemon and sugar. These thinly fried pancakes of milk, flour and egg are then drizzled with lemon juice and a small smattering of sugar. The pancake has been around for many years, and it comes in several different guises, including the one you see in Wales, the Welsh pancake, which is a lot smaller but thicker, and then there's the American pancake, which is quite fluffy and thick. But this pancake, fried in a large frying pan or similar, has got a very thin base, so it can be fold rolled like a crepe. Now the idea of the lemons is a very English thing. Eton College was founded by the King Henry VI in about 1440, and education was quite expensive, so the king himself would choose what he would call the King's Scholars, several different pupils of whom he could teach. Now, because education was so expensive, because it cost a lot, he needed to make sure that his students survived. Now, King Henry VIII had a foreign wife, and across the Mediterranean and other European countries, lemons weren't traditionally eaten. They were seen as a medicinal herb, helped against constipation, weight loss, things like that, infection. So he sweared on them, and he insisted that his scholars ate them like he did. But it became quite difficult. They are quite bitter. They tried all different sorts, juicing, squeezing, cutting up, sucking the wedges. They tried several different things. And eventually they came up with some ideas. Now, the King's Scholars term time is similar to this term time in the way that it was divided into three. There was the Michaelmas term, which was sort of the winter time. And for that, they took the rind and the juices and put them into cakes and made them sort of a heartwarming cake or pudding of some sort. So they were included into hottish type desserts. For the summer period, they would be included into drinks, ice cold drinks, as a nice refresher. So you'd find wedges of them squeezed in, and they'd be like homemade lemonade of a sort. So they had to come up with something for the Lent period, which of course sometimes included the period of Easter. And so the pancake being a traditional thing for English people to have, because it signified the start of the fasting period for the Easter time, they found that they could induce the lemons onto the pancakes, roll them up with the sugar and have them that way. And that's where the lemon and sugar on an English pancake comes from, 1440. For this recipe, you're going to need 300 millilitres or half a pint of milk, 2 eggs, 110 grams or 4 ounces of plain flour, some caster sugar, and some lemon juice or lemons for dressing. So into a bowl I've got my flour, my milk and my 2 eggs, and now I'm going to give it a good whisk together, and once it's whisked into a nice batter, then we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, that's whisked together well and is ready for frying. Excuse me. Personally, I like a touch of salt in mine, so you don't have to do this. It's optional. So the trick with pancakes is you don't need a lot of oil. You need maybe a tablespoon worth, not a large one. So, too much oil on there, the pancake mixture won't seal together as well as it normally would. You just need enough. It doesn't have to be oodles. I'll just put one more on there. As you go along making these pancakes, over time you'll work out what the best amount is. So, for English pancakes, this is what you do. You just add the batter a little. And that's it, that's all you need. And then move it around. So the oil's starting to separate it already, you see. So I'm not happy with that one, but we'll do it anyway. And then after a while, we will toss that pancake. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, this one I've made sure it can move, as you can see. I'm not going to toss this one because I'm worried about the oil. I'm just going to flip it. Oh, it's perfectly done on that side. Brilliant. And we'll move on, put that onto a plate, and then I'll get to one where I can actually give it a toss. Now, as you can see, there's very little oil left, but it has coated the bottom of the pan, so this one should spread a little better. Oh yes, much better. That's what an English pancake should look like. Perfect. Not too thick. You don't want it too thick. Otherwise you defeat the object of what an English pancake should be. You only want it properly thick if you're making American pancakes and stuff like that. So let's give this a few seconds. Let's see how we're doing. Just making sure I can separate it from the pan, because they do quickly. Okay. Okay, that's good. And that is ready to be tossed. Okay, let's give this a try. I'm going to flick it off the end and hopefully it'll land. Oh, halfway. Not bad. Okay, we're going to try it again. See if I can get it this time. Yeah! Whoa, it runs round, cheering the crowd. And as you can see, it's perfectly done, just the way I like it on that side. So I'm going to make a few more of these, and once they're all done, we will decorate them with the lemon and the sugar and see how they taste. Hi guys, before we go any further, please don't forget to follow, like and subscribe my YouTube channel to get updates on all the other British foods I'm going to try. And if you can think of any other British foods that I might like to try, go on to my Blue Sky account, bostinbritfittle.bluesky.social. And don't forget to also check out my Instagram page for all the British foods that I'll have tried, and you can see all the images on there. All right, thanks very much and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so here we go. Got the lemon juice. You drizzle it over. That's it, make sure there's a nice puddle in the middle. Then you get your sugar and you just sprinkle it over, and it should just dissolve straight away into the lemon juice. See, if I pour it on, it just seems to vanish. That's perfect. And then you roll it up. Lemon juice will squeeze between each bit and squeeze its way out. And that is how you do an English pancake with lemon and sugar. Okay, so we've got some here. Oh, the bitterness and the sugar come together at exactly the same time. Lovely kick of the lemon, but it's not overly bitter because the sugar is there. Try another piece. The pancake mixture is sublime because it's not thick and fluffy. It feels very, very light and complements what's drizzled over it, the lemon and the sugar. But what does the pupper think? What does the pupper think? Okay, going to try the pupper with some of this pancake. There we go. What do we think, pupper? It's got some lemon and sugar on it. What do we think? Oh, she likes it. She's not sure. But now she's decided, yep, I'm going to enjoy the entire thing. Well, that was good, wasn't it, pupper?